Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started. It is 10 o'clock and I know some people may lag behind on the joining the Zoom call. I'm also recording this on video, so I'm planning on sharing that via Dropbox instead of doing that Facebook Live because I didn't want to put this on my regular feed. But this is, I'm kind of going to name this Back to the Basics. And this is a new distributor training, and so this is really going over the basics, really just the meat of the business. This is done on a 3rd to 4th grade level, and so just letting you know that. Folks, if y'all are joining me on the Zoom call, just make sure you mute your line. I'm going ahead and getting started. So like I said, this is back to the basics. This is just the basics of new distributor training, and so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So if you're on this call, if you're listening to this video, whatever the case may be, you've been on products, you've had some exposure to at least parts of the business and just the the company in general. You know that the products work, you know that the nutrition plan works. This is the best program that I've found for myself. It's worked for my wife and I. It's worked for so many others that follow the system. So you already know the power in the products, the power of the opportunity, and that's really, the products are what the opportunity is based on. And so as products enter the marketplace, that's kind of what drives the business. It's a product-driven business. So what I want to start with today is really your product story. So you get results on products, and the core to sharing this opportunity is being ready when people ask. They may see a wristband, they may see a t-shirt, they may just see results, which is usually what happens. But really, what do you do? How do you answer that question? And being ready to have that defense. And so what I want to start out with is your product story and how to formulate that. There's some videos on YouTube of how to do this. I can share my 2-minute story via video with you. But there's basically a 30-second and a 2-minute story, and that really just depends on the context of how somebody asks. It may just be in passing, it may be a friend that asks, share with me. Then you have the opportunity and the time to share a 2-minute story and really give more details. But I've got this whiteboard, and I hope it stays up. But parts of the story, number one, if you can read my writing, is where you were. And this should be fairly brief. Where I was, back in March of 2015, my story is I was 230 pounds. I was drinking coffee all day. I was eating pizza at night. I was miserable. I wasn't exercising at all. I'd gotten really off track. That's where I was. I was looking for a change. And number two is what I saw. So what I saw when my friend Kristen Blunt reached out to me, what I saw was a company of value, a company of products that were developed by doctors, endorsers, NFL athletes that use the products. That's what I saw. And I also saw several other people with product stories that were real, just like me. So number three is what I did. And this is pretty simple. I ordered a 24-day challenge, I got started. I looked at the meal guide, I planned my day, I cleaned up my nutrition, I kicked my coffee habit using Spark, and I felt incredible. I lost 19 pounds in 24 days. I went on the second month to lose a combined 30 pounds. I've kept it off now for 2 years. Still not drinking coffee, still eating healthy, 80% of the time, 20% of the time within moderation. I eat what I want. And within the first 2 months on products, just simply casually sharing with friends and family, I made $1,600, and that went in my pocket, $500 of which was a $500 rookie bonus. And so that leads into the fourth part of your story, which is where I'm going. And this obviously is different for everybody else. But what I'm doing with this opportunity now is I'm teaching others. I'm changing households. I'm getting people healthier. and in retrospect, it's creating some options for my future, putting some money in my pocket, paying for my products. You know, this is different for everybody, but these are the 4 parts of your story. And so you take this outline and you write it down, you rehearse it, and you get great at your story. This is a core fundamental in sharing the opportunity, sharing the business, because people are going to say, hey, I saw AdvoCare on a commercial. Hey, what does your bracelet mean? What's AdvoCare, when they see your t-shirt? Or Alan, Courtney, whoever it is, you look great. What are you doing? How'd you lose that weight? I see you eating healthy. People are going to ask questions. And so really that segues into your product story. You don't need to sound like a robot, but working that story into a conversation naturally. For example, you know, and just listening to people. People around you, they say all the time, if you listen, I'm miserable. I have no energy. I've got to get back on track. You know, people are looking for what we have. And insert product story. So that's the first thing I wanted to go over. This is a core fundamental. When you develop your product story, send it to me. I can give you some positive feedback. Send it to my mentor, my sponsor, my friend, Kristen. And so I've done that several times with her. In fact, really to get me back springboarded on the basics of the business, Buddy and Gina, our diamond leaders in Cypress, Texas, gave an incentive. They sent out free t-shirts to anybody that redid on video their product story and sent it to Gina. And so I'll do anything for a free t-shirt. It was actually a really cool t-shirt, but I worked on my story again and reformulated that story, and also heard several other product stories and business stories that I didn't know before. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. So the second thing I want to tell you is make it up in your mind that I want 40%. 40% is the place to be, especially as a distributor. Number one, you get your products at 40% off. I've been on these products for 2 years. They've changed my life. Courtney and I use products every single day, and 40% off. It just doesn't make sense to pay, you know, more than that if you don't have to. And so, you know, if you have the means to do so, jump to 40%. You can do that in one order, or you can share with folks and kind of do it gradually. You have basically from the start, from the gate, you have 6 weeks, $2,000 retail, not 6 weeks, 6 pay periods, which is about 13 weeks, is the time frame to do it in $2,000 personal and group volume. And then if you can't do it in that, AdvoCare says no problem, $3,000 cumulative retail volume and 24 pay periods. A pay period is typically 2 weeks, and so they have a large window with 3,000 or a smaller window with 2,000, but get to 40%. If you have questions on that, get with me and I'll kind of fill in those gaps. Let's see. So one very important thing also is making a list of people that could use this opportunity, whether it's energy, whether it's income, you know, just changing their nutrition. Maybe they're overweight, maybe they need enhancements in the gym, more energy, endurance, whatever it is, runners. Make a list of people that you want to share this opportunity with. All the business builders in this business have a running list. And so mine, a lot of it's mental. People that I've reached out to in the past 2 years, and I follow up with them every now and then, keep the conversation positive, which people aren't used to. Even when people may initially reject you, you've told them what you're about, and whether they admit it or not, they're going to be watching you. And so I've had people come full circle around that said no to me a couple of years ago, and now they're on products, or they jumped on a 24-day challenge, or they're asking me, or they're liking my health post or whatever on Facebook. And so people are watching, they know what you're about. And a lot of people just want to sit back in the sideline and watch and see if you're for real, because there's a lot of people that start out and fizzle out in other businesses and other companies or with their health. So make that list of who you want to share that with, and connect them with me, connect them with Kristen, connect them with Courtney, but really connect them with somebody on our team, especially if you're new starting out. The next thing I want to talk about is, like I said, getting them in front of me. And so this kind of segues into another core component of our business. So the cool thing about AdvoCare is, well, there's several cool things, but what I love is there's a system in place. The grunt work has been done. It's a very simple but effective process. And so they have what's called the success system. And the success system works. You're not on your own. You don't have to do this by yourself. In fact, you'll fail more often if you try to do it by yourself or if you try to reinvent the wheel. So every successful person in this company follows what's called the success system. I'm about to lose my board. So the first part of your success system is what's called a one-on-one. And that's simply, I got a new prospect, somebody that's asking me what AdvoCare is, and I'm sharing my product story. I'm sharing the value in what I'm doing, you know, maybe the meal plan, whatever it is, but it's that one-on-one, it's that direct contact. So one-on-one, I should probably put on instead of dash. So one-on-one, and with a one-on-one, you should share your product story and 1 to 2 others. For example, I got a new prospect, you know, I tell them the first 2 months, 30 pounds down, kicked my coffee habit, got back on track, gained an incredible amount of energy, $1,600 my first 2 months. Those are just kind of bullet points of my story. But I can also tell them, depending on, and I can tailor it, I know several stories kind of in my toolbox. I tailor it to what they want. And so, for example, if it's somebody that has a significant amount of weight to lose, I tell them, we've got a guy, Eric, on my team. He lives in Murfreesboro. He lost 102 pounds in 12 months. These products are powerful, okay? So one-on-one, your story, and 1 to 2 others. The second part, the purpose of a one-on-one, that first is to set an appointment. And to set an appointment, you're looking at the second part of the success system. And so especially starting out, when I got started, Kristen told me, you don't have to know anything about the business. You just connect them with me on a 3-way call. Don't call it that. Just say, hey, when can I get you on the phone with my friend Kristen that helped me get started? That's a good word choice. Or if you're local, when's a good time that I can have you sit down and meet who helped me get started? And so you just basically on this, you introduce them to your friend who got you started, your sponsor, or your mentor, and just let them do the work. And so this is really on-the-job training. And so on a 3-way call, you plug it up. There's videos about how to do a 3-way call. I'm kind of going over the basics right now. But this really builds third-party credibility. And I can tell you the power of this when I got started was I talked to Buddy Josky, Jason Gibson in Texas and Hawaii, and I was just like, hey, they're real people just like me, and if they can do it, I can too. And so I got started after that, and after, you know, kind of doing some research. So the next part of it is called a mixer, and this is just a get-together with friends, kind of showing them the bigger picture of what AdvoCare is. And so that's what that is, just inviting them to a mixer, one-on-one, into a 2-on-1, a 3-way call, and then a mixer, just having somebody over in your house. You can do these really anywhere at work or whatever. And then the next is a business opportunity meeting, a larger group meeting. I'm just going to put business op, which some of these are held at hotels, different places, but kind of a bigger than a mixer meeting. And then the last is like Success School, which is a corporate event, the biggest event. This year it's going to be in February. And so that's the success system. And then obviously in the middle, you know, would be you. And so you're really just plugging people into this and finding an excuse, a reason to connect them to somebody on your team, to show them the bigger picture of AdvoCare, share all 4 ways to get involved, share the value of the products, the value of the company, the business opportunity meetings, which are usually held at hotels and stuff, and then Success School, which is usually once a year. So I just wanted to show you that. That's a fundamental core component of this business as well. And obviously it starts with your product story up here on your one-on-one. So next I want to talk about kind of retailing and how to kind of segue into retailing product. If you've noticed the shirt that I'm wearing, I've got some of my AdvoCare around. I've got a hat sometimes that I'll wear even mow in the yard or out in public. I've got AdvoCare shaker bottles. I've got a little water bottle that says AdvoCare on it that I bring to the gym. I've even got a backpack. I think you could say OGO is the brand name, but it's got AdvoCare right there. People know what I'm doing. I don't have to tell them, they see it on my shirt. And that gives people an opportunity. I've got a bracelet on. Courtney's got a bracelet. She's got her AdvoCare shirt on. But really putting that out in the marketplace. And so people may see a commercial. They may see it in a magazine. But they're going to ask, what is AdvoCare? That's an easy open door to segue into your story. I don't know if y'all can see that. But, all right. So the next thing is talking to everybody within 3 feet of you. Just keep it in your mind, being a good listener. Listen for people that need energy, that need to get back on track with their health, that are miserable. Because people are looking for changes and they're always saying something about stuff like that. The next thing is really just being ready. And so what I always do and what was suggested to me is carry these around. If you don't have these, for I think $5 for not the brand new ones of Impact magazines, which is the AdvoCare company magazine. The new ones are $15 for 10 of them. One issue prior is $5 for 15. It's got the same stuff in it, just different stories, and it's just the prior issue. And so, especially since I'm giving these out, these are your business cards. And so I've got product labels on there that say my website, that say my phone number, that say my name. And so I put that on there. And this happened just last Saturday. We went to AT&T for a new phone. Ended up giving one of these to the guy that sold us the phone. He had asked what we did for a living, thought we were athletic trainers. And I said, no, actually I own a part-time business of supplementation and nutrition products, and looking to help people with their health. And so the other thing I did was I carry Spark around with me. I always have them in my backpack. So a little stick package of Spark, I just simply ask the question, have you ever heard of Spark? Or what do you do for energy? And so every time I give them a Spark and an Impact magazine, I ask them for their phone number and a good time to follow up. Fortune is in the follow-up, remember that. So I found that works best. And so I'll ask them, hey, what's a good time tomorrow to follow up? Take Spark on an empty stomach with at least 8 ounces of water. And I'm gonna follow up with you tomorrow and see how you enjoy it. It's that simple. And usually if you're giving somebody something free, I've never had somebody deny me their phone number for that. And so that's a core component of this business as well. Be ready, have Impact magazines on hand, have Spark packs in hand, because it's going to pay you fortune in the future. So the next thing I want to talk about is what's called the bulletproof shield. And if you've talked to anybody about products or anything before, you know that people have excuses for everything. They're going to try to poke holes in the company and the product, say I can do this on my own or whatever the case. There's a lot of negative people out there, and so AdvoCare has an answer for that. They call it the bulletproof shield. And so as much as you may want to, don't argue with people. They may say this company messed me over, or how does it compare to this other company? And so the bulletproof shield really just gives you that shield to deflect those negative comments. And so number one on the bulletproof shield is the Scientific and Medical Advisory Board. Knowing some of the doctors and what they contribute, adding value to the products. And so I tell people, for example, Dr. Stanley Dudrick, back in the 70s invented TPN, intravenous feeding for infants. And so, he's credited with saving over 10 million babies' lives. And if he helps to develop the products, and if that's the case, if they're safe enough for premature babies, I know they're safe enough for me. And so you're adding values to the products. All the doctors are world-renowned doctors and scientists, and they continue to evaluate research and pour themselves into the products. And so, if somebody says, well, are these, say something about a company, another company out there. And my response is, I don't know anything about that. Well, what I can tell you is these products have done wonders for me. So I'm not arguing. I'm just simply saying these products work. Number 2 on the Bulletproof Shield is your story and 2 others. Back to the success system. How do I know this is going to work, or this isn't going to work for me? And then I share with them, well, it helped me lose 30 pounds, get me back on track, and I've kept it off for 2 years. Or my buddy Eric, 102 pounds in 12 months. These products work. And so not arguing with people, just giving value. And then number 3, the endorsers. These products are for everybody. Drew Brees, I just saw something on ESPN. He's our national spokesperson from the New Orleans Saints. He could choose any products in the world to take. He chooses AdvoCare products because they're safe, they're effective, and they do what they say they're going to do. On ESPN, he was one of the top 2 in the NFL training camp. And so, at his age, he's pushing 40, but he's still outperforming many people that are way younger than he is, and he believes in these products. We're the primary nutrition sponsor for Major League Soccer. We have hockey endorsers, we have football endorsers. Rich Froning, CrossFit, 4-time Reebok CrossFit champion. He's a product endorser. Number 4 is a satisfaction guarantee. And this is another thing that I love about the company. If for whatever reason you get your products and you say this isn't for me, I made an emotional decision, whatever, any unopened product for 365 days will be fully refunded by AdvoCare Corporate. And so they stand behind their products. In the 2 years I've been doing this, I've never had anybody send back a product because they didn't want it. So that's the Bulletproof Shield. All right. So it's important to use all the products that you can afford. That's very important, but only what you can afford. You will naturally sell what you use based on a powerful testimony and the testimonies of others. And so AdvoCare doesn't want you to, go broke or go in debt by using these products. They do work, but use what you can afford. And so when I try to get somebody on products, obviously a good starting point, not for everybody, is a 24-day challenge. Some people can't afford that. And so I basically ask them the question, what can you afford? What's your budget look like? And try to tailor some products into that, whether it's Spark and Catalyst or maybe Spark and M&S. Maybe it's just a multivitamin like Corplex, but trying to find their goals, matching it with their budget, and getting them started on a meal plan and kind of in the right direction. Let's see. So I'm going to go back to something real quick that I meant to start with, actually, and it's your purpose and why you're doing this, whether it's the products, whether it's the business. Just really thinking about your purpose and why AdvoCare, why you're pursuing the business, why you're doing the products. What are you willing to sacrifice other than God, family, and current profession in order for the business to work? A lot of business builders cut their cable. They say no to hanging out with friends because they see this opportunity. They fit it in the nooks and crannies of their life, and they're intentional. They're serious about this business opportunity and what it can do for their future. Asking yourself, are you willing to follow AdvoCare's success system, which includes attending Success School, making some sacrifices now for the payout later. In Success School, if you can't see the full picture of AdvoCare at Success School, you probably never will. So this is the 3rd year I've been at Success School. I'm going in February. Those tickets are sold out, but I guarantee you if you're interested in going to Success School in February, circumstances happen, tickets are always available, for repurchase from people that can't go. Are you willing to make a minimum 2-year commitment to yourself to build this business? And so that's really where I'm at, the 2-year mark, a little bit over. So in the last 90 days, there's about a 90-day lag time, but I've really planted a lot of seeds 3 or 4 months ago, and they're really starting to come to fruition, and our business is really starting to pick up. We're really starting to help a lot of people. So answer that, a minimum 2-year commitment, and then a minimum 90-day commitment on products is what we're looking at. But your first goal, a 30-day goal, how much do you want to earn and for what? For example, when I got started, my goal was to pay for products. Didn't have any real intention of building a business fast, especially at the start. I take that back, not building fast, but not intentionally building a business. I just wanted to pay for my products because I knew that I would stay on them. And so now that's evolved into, within the next 5 to 7 years, really AdvoCare given me an opportunity to choose what my day looks like. Is that, at school? Is that doing AdvoCare full time? Is that just teaching nutritional workshop classes and traveling around helping my team? But it gives me options for my future, and obviously a path to debt freedom. The second goal, 12 months. How much do I expect to be earning? And so you put that on paper, and you talk to me and my mentors, my friends that help get me started on products that make some significant income with this business, and that can become a reality. If you're willing to put in the work, this opportunity can pay you better than anything that you can imagine. And so that's your purpose, just really thinking about why AdvoCare, why this business, how serious I am about it. Some people just share when people ask. Some people, like for example, Brandon and Amanda Forbes in Clarksville, I heard them talk about they're at a high level in AdvoCare. They make $300,000 or more per year on average. And when they got started that night, they went through every contact on their phone, contacted anybody that would answer the phone, and shared their product story and asked if it interested anybody. On that first night, they got 20 plus people on products. They were serious about building a business. Let's see. So in terms of you, it's very important that you be teachable. I've still got to check myself and be teachable because I don't know everything. Sometimes I think I do, and I'm mistaken. But I reach out to Kristen, I reach out to Jason, I reach out to Buddy, all these business mentors that I have on our team, and really just ask them, help me become better. Help me make better word choices. If something's not going well in my business, I've got people that are helping me that are on my team and want me to succeed. So being teachable. Let's see. There's a system called Notes on Success, and that's Charlie Regis, the founder, audio tapes of when he started the company. Those are available on the website. I think they may be even a free download on the website, but get those, listen to those. You can hear from the founder of the company, what his intentions in the company was. Let's see. So just a few more things. I've gone over most of the basics. So I'll go over this next. Once you get to 40%, and this was $500, that $1,600 I shared with you that I made in the first 2 months, and it's called a rookie bonus. And this is a cash incentive that AdvoCare offers for you springboarding your business and getting started off on a good foot. And so only advisors at the 40% level, which is what a 40% level is called, an advisor, but you're eligible for a $500 cash rookie bonus. And so obviously, getting to advisor, you're going to make some money getting there unless you do a one-time product order. But sharing and getting to that 40% level, you're going to make some money. But so the rookie bonus looks like this. So for every new advisor, so the pay periods are divided up into about 2 weeks. The first and third Tuesday of every month are the close of the pay periods. And so that Wednesday of the start of a pay period, after you qualified for advisor, so like right now we're in a pay period and it closes on Tuesday night. So Wednesday morning you would be eligible to start earning your rookie bonus. So the first day of the pay period that you're an actual advisor. So Wednesday, let's say for example, I just hit advisor. During this pay period on Wednesday, I would start working to my rookie bonus. And so it's $3,000 cumulative of new volume, whether that's retail, whether that's new preferred customers, whether that's, one advisor. You can do it with 10 new people or one new person, but $3,000 retail volume under you with starting that first pay period. You're a qualified advisor, and you have 6 pay periods to do that, so that's roughly 13 weeks. And when you hit that $3,000 mark, there's a tracker online. The computer does all the work and everything as far as tracking and making sure you're going to get that. But AdvoCare, within 2 weeks of you earning that $500 rookie bonus, drops that $500 in your checking account or sends you a paper check if that's what you choose. And so that was exciting for me because I hit that and boom, it was there. It was probably there within a week when I earned it, and it just $500 rookie bonus from AdvoCare Corporate, which is pretty awesome. And so it's really helpful to people. Once you get to advisor, putting a value on that $500 rookie bonus as to how you're going to spend that, whether it's paying off debt or going to Disney or going to Success School or a plane ticket to see family or, whatever it is, a credit card payment, putting something on that, how you're going to spend it, makes it more real to you. Got 2 more things to share. The other thing is what's called a daily method of operation checklist. And so it's a worksheet, and I can share this with anybody, with everybody that's interested. But it's basically just a Monday through Saturday tracker. And so things on this are like I talked to new people about AdvoCare. I sold $134 of retail products. I showed the Impact Magazine. I did a 2-on-1, 1-on-1 presentation. I did a 3-way call, enrolled a new distributor, sampled Impact products such as Spark. I followed up with somebody, communicated with leadership. And so this is really just a checklist to make sure that your business is moving in the right direction, that you're intentionally making progress in your business. So this is the DMO, the Daily Method of Operation Checklist. The last thing I want to share with you guys, and then I'll kind of give you your time back, is some upcoming events. We're super excited about some of these new events that have come up. I recently joined the Chamber of Commerce here in Chester County. Getting my business out there, letting people know what I'm about. Courtney just became a board member of the Chamber of Commerce, and so with that, there is the biggest event in Chester County. It's called the Barbecue Festival. And pretty much everybody in the county comes out and gets, fresh barbecue, and there's vendors set up and everything. So we're having a booth set up at the Barbecue Festival here in Henderson. We've invited my brother and sister-in-law, Derek and Danielle Wilson from Alabama. They're advisors under us, and we invited them last night to come up and do the booth with us. Kristen and Ryan Blunt from Clarksville are coming to do the booth with us, and really just being there for the community. We're super excited about that opportunity. There's also a booth that we're going to do at Freed Hardeman here in Henderson. It's called Welcome Home, and it's just, a booth event for local businesses and stuff like that. So we're going to do that at Freed Hardeman's campus. The other thing that we're super excited about, you may have seen some posts on the Facebook pages and such, but they're called Rock the Box nutritional workshops. Rock the Box is just an AdvoCare term, so don't use that term to people that are non-AdvoCare. But really, this nutritional workshop idea is a kit of food models. There's a 1-pound fat replica, carb counting kits, and so it's basically, it doesn't replace a mixer, but it's easier to get people into your home and to teach them something. These workshops are completely free. The training's available. Once you get the kit and everything, the training's available, and you sit people around your dining room table and really teach them about proteins, fats, and carbs, and the right portion sizes, how much your body needs to reach your goals. And so you have plates, and then you manipulate the food models that actually look like real food and the right portion sizes and stuff like that. I've really been following some people that have already started doing these, and their business is exploding because you take that pressure off of people, with the products. You incorporate the products and how you use them with a healthy lifestyle. But these nutritional workshops, I'm super excited. Our stuff's on back order, so we're just waiting for it to come in. And then the first people that we want to include in that is obviously people that we've already helped get started on products. And the last thing that I want to mention, upcoming event, we have from my friend Kristen, who's right above me, who helped me get started on products. From her down, we're having a team-wide 24-day challenge, group 24-day challenge. And so it's going to be back to school themed. We don't have the flyers yet. I think Kristen and Ryan are still working on those and should get them to us this weekend. But this is a great way to springboard your business and get to a higher discount, work toward that 40%. And so the products for this challenge, so start talking it up, are to be ordered by August 8th. The challenge is actually going to start on August 14th. And we'll have, Facebook group and accountability groups and group text and all this stuff, however people need to connect. So there's also some prizes. First prize in this group challenge is $100 cash. And so if that doesn't fire people up to get started, I don't know what will. This is for new customers, by the way. $100. So that's half of your challenge right there. The second place is a tub of Spark, their choice, whatever flavor they want. And then third place is a t-shirt. So that's the back to school group challenge, ordered by August 8th, start by August 14th. And those are some upcoming events. So we've got a lot of stuff in the pipeline. I just want to go over with you the basics, the bulletproof shield, the success system, the components of your product story, the importance of your product story, the rookie bonus, and the importance of wearing your colors and really being proud of who AdvoCare is and what it can do for you. Can you think of anything that I left out? Well, I'm going to wrap this up. I appreciate y'all joining me. If y'all have any questions, please call me, text me, reach out to me, and I'm excited. I'm here. I work for you. You don't work for me. I work for you. And so my job is to make sure that you succeed with the products, with the business, in whatever capacity that is. Again, AdvoCare doesn't require any minimum orders, auto ships. You order what you want when you want. Also know that when you hit a certain discount level, whether it's 20, 25, 30, or 40%, once you qualify for that discount level, you don't lose it. All you have to do is every 12 months is renew. Whether you're a preferred customer, $19.95. For a distributor to renew every 12 months, it's $50, and you keep that discount no matter how much or how often you order. So thank you for joining, and I hope everybody has a great Saturday. And again, I'm excited for y'all to get started and to further this opportunity, the products and the business. So y'all have a good day. Thank you.